I really want to do the next dungeon, but I tried to join another group and they said you need to be around level 12.
All right, so we are going to make our potion, which I believe we have everything for. Should be interesting. Let's put what we have away just to make sure we do got it. I think we can use tongues over here. Nope. Teeth. Nope, can't put teeth over there either. Eyeballs? I don't think so. No. Alright, so that should be good. Let's bring out our journal. They need little thumb tabs over here on the side so we can just skip to it, but... Alright, Potion of Summoning. First place, 3 ears fit for royalty, so 3, Queen's ears, while the cauldron remains calm, so blue. So we got to put 3 ears in there really quick. Once the heat builds to emerald, then add 3 fish of sun. Patience is the key. When the heat builds to gold, then add 1 more herb that could play a song so sweet, so the reed. Once the cauldron returns to calm, dip the bottle quickly, lest the potion be spoiled. Okay, so 3 ears fit for royalty. One, 2, 3. Alright, so 3 ears. Once the heat builds to emerald, add 3 fish of sun. 1, 2, 3. And patience is key. When the heat builds to gold, then add 1 herb that could play a song. Okay. So we want to wait for gold, which I guess could be yellow. Oh, it's red. Okay. I guess this is the part where they said the patience is key, because it's staying red for quite some time. And here I got a little sausage, a little hamburger, no, a little, a little hot dog is what it kind of looks like. Alright, well, we're still waiting for gold. Wonder how long this takes. Now, I did group with somebody at one point where they actually said they had to go back after the dungeon was over and check to see if this had finished form. If this is the quest they're talking about, then this could take quite some time. The only downside is, I don't know what happens if you wait too long. Does gold go back to blue? Because it kind of sounds like it does, gold. And then put that little thing in. Once the cauldron returns to calm, dip the bottle in. So I think it goes into a rotation. If you're not here for it, you'll miss it. If you look over there on the back wall, you'll actually see the different ingredients that we can get. We got the reed flute, the rhodospores, which we got plenty of. Sour balls. We don't have any sour balls. No idea where those fall. Just the name alone. Queen's ear we got. Blood caps. No idea where those are at either. Sunflower seeds, I have been told, are not actually in the game as far as falling. You have to get that from the NPC when they give you that quest. The Weeping Croto, haven't seen those either, or the one right next to it. Can't quite make out the name. It's kind of blurry while I'm looking at it right now. Can't really see those either. They're kind of blurry. I could get a little closer, but that might get a little too far away from these. So let's just kind of look at them as far as the pictures go. I have none of those except for the apple. The apple, and we might have like a barrel of coconut milk, but I think we got that from Quest. Other than that, oh, and the cactus. We've gotten the cactus. That's out in the desert. Man, there's a lot of ingredients already in the game, and they're only going to add more. I love how they throw them out on the table for you to see as actual items rather than just, oh, they're in your inventory in your box. This is taking a long time. And you can see right there, scalding hot yellow. So I think I may have messed this one up because it says builds to gold and then add the herb. Builds to gold. And those are the stages right there. So I guess the one right after green was the key. We might try this again. Let's go ahead and throw that in. See if it lowers down the heat. Alright, created a rune potion. So we'll try this again. Alright, first place, 3 years fit for royalty. We don't have a lot of these, so we can't really mess this up again. 1, 2, 3. Emerald, 3 fish. Alright, that looks like emerald to me. Alright, and as soon as it gets to gold, we're going to throw this in there. One more. That's not right. I don't get it. It says add 3 fish of sun, which is what I did. Patience is then key while the heat builds to gold, then add 1 herb that could play a song. So sweet. Gold? There's no gold on here. It's just yellow. How many more orbs do I have? I have 4 more, so I have enough to do this one more time. Then we'll have to go out and harvest. Really don't want to have to do that. 3 years fit for royalty, why it's blue. Once the heat builds, emerald, add 3 fish of sun. Patience is then key while the heat builds to gold, then add 1 herb that could play a song. So it's, I mean, there it is right there, so I know I'm adding the right ones. Once the cauldron returns to calm, dip the bottle quickly, less the poison. I mean, the only thing we could do is let the thing turn red and see if it goes to gold. So let's do it. Which is green. Great. This is already going to be messed up. Yep. It wouldn't let me get over. There we go. I think it's already messed up. Now it's back to blue again. And then the fish's sun. Alright, so we'll let it keep cooking while we're going out and doing something else. Probably get more of those queens here. Play around with this. So I can't do any of this until I do the potion. I can't do that one until I do the potion. These over here are obviously in that dungeon. And, you know, we're not going to get those unless we do the dungeon a whole bunch more times. Or at least 2 more times. Collect house steed. What about fish? Don't I have the fish one? I do have the fish one. Catch of the day. So we can go turn in the fish. Why this is doing its thing. Alright, we'll leave it alone. That's the first one I didn't, or couldn't quite figure out immediately. Love the look of the airship, though. Let's put the weapon away. Getting very familiar with this area. I've been spending a lot of time here lately. Actually, hold on one second before we talk to him, guys. I'm gonna take a little bit more medicine.
Finally, fuck you, dude. What the fuck is that? The asshole's not even here.
Sorry if you guys could hear that.
Fisher's not even on the deck there.
All right, Ernest, what do you got for me, my friend? I feared you would not complete your half in time, but here you are, and with a full net. I see, as promised, a recipe for my attractant. Nice.
He's not even here.
You will need time to brew a few batches, but do not take too long. The orders are coming in from every part now. It seems we have built quite the reputation. I trust that you are well practiced and ready, as I have just a new request. There is a man named Aaron von Lestron. A fellow writer, though an arrogant one. He has quite an odd request. He claims a saddle lion eel resides in the rainforest basin. He wishes us to catch it for him so he can describe it accurately. He aims to write on the slithering corruption in the realm, using our crafty little friend as an analog. Go, if it is there, then catch this saddled lion for him, but also see what other creatures you can drag from the depths while you are at it. Alright.
Those are people. Like, those are real voices. Oh, we got one. Wait, yesterday I just sat on this bank and fished. I am.
So the minnow is apparently used to catch a legendary fish. We don't actually have any lures to catch those fish over there, so we'll have to go back and make some real quick, I believe. Let me take a look. So we have a small tooth feather. Alright, that's for a catfish. Fishing lure, small tongue, lesser eye. So these are all just regular ones. Yeah, those are all just regular ones. We have 3 teeth on us, so we could make some of the bigger ones.
Question. Well, actually, we would give you a better result.
Alright, feathers. So we got 3 teeth. Tongues. And eyeballs. Let's put some of those in there. Minnows, we're going to go ahead and put in here because we do need a few of them. Alright, so let's see. We need some teeth. Actually, scales. Let's make a few scale ones. And if you guys know if the recipe is right, I've been told this is the recipe to use. Just scales. Nothing more. But I tried it earlier and I didn't get even a nibble. We'll make a few just so we don't have to come back. 3 should do it. If we don't catch anything with 3, we're not going to catch anything with that. So let's make a couple with the teeth. We'll do a tooth and a tongue. One of those. And small tooth and feather. So that's for the bigger stuff. Let's do a small tooth and another feather. And then we'll hold out on that last one. Though we might get a few more teeth while we're over there. We're going to kill some of those, what do they call the troglodyte hogs? The truffle hogs. And they have a tendency to drop teeth. On occasion, I should say. Let's see if there's any high levels over here. Hey man, have you done any of the fishing quests? Do you know what you need to catch an eel for bait? Is it just scales?
Should just be scales.
Okay, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I could try that. Nope, not that one.
Just typed it in early.
Yes!
I leveled up.
That was a lot of XP.
I don't know, maybe we were just fishing in the wrong spot, or it just takes a long time to get something. Because I was over there, I think yesterday, trying to do this, and I didn't get anything. There we go. Just a green scale. I don't get it, man. I took that medicine twice now, and it put me out like a light earlier. It's not doing anything to me now. Could be something as simple as I actually have to do the quest. You know, I'm not sure, guys. I mean, I have run past a certain area where the orchard was a number of times. I mean, we're talking 20, 30 times, and I never once saw any apples. Does that mean they weren't there, or maybe I was just not paying close attention enough? I'm not sure. But once I got the quest to do that, where I actually got apples as a reward, I started seeing them all over the place. So it may be something as simple as they only open up to you as you you unlock them. I'm hoping that's not the case, but that would explain why I wasn't able to get any eels when I was trying to a little bit ahead of schedule. Alright, let's come over here. I tried getting some over here in town. I think maybe that's too safe. They want you out here in the woods ready to get attacked and killed. And there's not as much grass out here, so... Oh, I spoke too soon. Just hadn't rendered yet. There is also a stone over there where I can mim a new spell. I do not have that one yet. I'm not sure which one that is. Here, let's try this area over here for a bit. If this doesn't work, maybe we'll go over there and try fishing from the other side. It's a little lower, although from a higher point, it usually tends to be better for your cast. Don't ask me why, it just seems like it goes out a little bit better. And you can kind of hear it still sprinkling in the background. Let me know if the game volume isn't quite up to a par, if we need to raise that up. I can do that on the computer next time I go over there and look at it. Cypher Deck, your inventory is getting full. Richard said you're getting good. Hey, but hey, Tie Sticks, man. How you guys doing?
For fishing.
Yeah, trying to catch some eels. Have you got any yet? Oh, he's already taken off. Sorry, I didn't hear the message go off on here because I lowered that down earlier. I forgot to keep checking it. Inventory's not too bad. It's more of the weight you got to worry about. 34 out of 45 pounds. A lot of lures. We're going to go through most of those, I think, here in just a little bit. And the other ones were like the fishes that I needed to do that last quest. So I can put all that in the bank next time I'm there. Clear up a little bit of space. Still absolutely no bites in this area, so let's move ahead a little bit. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever been in there. How you guys doing over there on P99? You guys leveled up? Where are you hunting tonight? This is kind of relaxing, actually. My head was pounding earlier, giving me a pretty massive headache. But this right here actually making me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I'm really starting to think this is not the right bait. Some people got levels they logged. I'm on my way to Guck on my warrior. Oh, nice. What are you guys going to do over in Guck? Thinking you're 52, 53, right? Something in that range? Lower Guck. You're going to need to kill something pretty high unless you're just going in there farm it. Maybe Lord Room or something. Alright, so we need 20 minnows and an eel. Oh, this is my 16 warrior going to solo the entrance area. Oh, nice. Let me take a look at our potions. I think we just got a new potion for enticing these things, and that's probably why they're making this area even harder than it normally is. Healing potion. Impossible potion. Fish attractant, add a King Sport apple, so finally apples. Red flute times 2 while blue. Then sunfish, sunfish. Then sunfish, sunfish, queen ear, while green. So 2 sunfish, a queen's ear, while green, followed by 2 catfishes while yellow, finished by dipping the bottle into the blue. So that one seems pretty straightforward. There's no so-called gold in there. Even that one calls it yellow. This one calls it gold. So I'm going to come back to that one. Like, you can even see the colors here. Yellow, yet again. I don't know what gold is. But since we can make those, and it's not too bad, not too expensive, I do have a potion, I think, unless I put it away. I probably put it away. Ruin potion. No, yeah, put it away. Dang it. Why didn't I keep that on me? This one actually just makes me bigger. It's a giant growth potion. Oh, okay, well, we might go back and grab that potion and try making another one, if that other one has finished. Yep, still on there. Level 16, though, man, you might want to head to Oasis if there's people over there. You'll probably get better experience. Still no nibbles here. I think we're going to move down after this cast and go a little further. Let's go through the fort and see what's inside there. Again, I don't think I've ever been in here. Might be some quest available to us. Not just yet. Looks like a very simple fort. Got a hammer over here. I don't know if they're going to be adding hammers into the game at some point. Somebody told us that they were going to be adding bows in. Oh, look at that. A spear and a shield. That would be cool to give the warriors, the tanks, the option of different weapons, and each one has its own purpose. Spear seems like something you could use almost to DPS a little bit as a warrior. You can kind of stay a little further away than maybe the main tank. You still have a shield so you could protect yourself, and maybe you know, you could step in should the main tank die, but your main role is like a backup tank, you know, almost like a Shadow Knight or a Paladin in most, you know, video games. They're not the pure tank like a warrior. So we're going to go down a little bit further, because why not? I think we're going to try to get down to the bottom here. Alright, so we are in the water. Let's see how this works out for us. If you don't get eaten by a crocodile. It could be our skill level too. I mean, I'm only level 4. And I think that was the last of our, our bait there. So we need a new one. Small tooth, small tongue. Blue scales. Yeah, we gotta back out of that a little bit. Now, somebody told me a trick that you could run away from your lure and it would stay in the water longer because you're dragging it, as you guys can see right there. And as long as it's in the water, it's not losing durability because it hasn't come out yet. So that could be a cheat. I mean, clearly it seems like it is. But I don't know if you're going to catch anything more because of it. Yeah, see, it just popped out. Alright, we don't get anything on this one. We'll head back and get one of those potions. Come on, big bucks, no whammies. Nope. Nope, no such luck. Yeah, let's go take a look. Have you played Black Desert Online? I have. I have done a few videos for that one. People seem to like that game quite a bit. It's a like a JRPG MMO. Fantastic. I love a lot of the stuff about it, but it is super detailed. Like, I mean, if you start playing that one, just be ready to get in depth if you want to. Like, you don't have to. There's definitely a lot of enjoyable aspects of that game if you're just gonna go in there casually. But man, if you want to delve into that and really open it up, I was watching some videos on that after I did mine, just to kind of see some of the higher end content they had available, and it was confusing. It was really confusing to see all the things you could do. But it kind of gave me hope that maybe one day when I had enough time, I'd go back to that one and do it right and actually progress past. I think I got to like level 5, level 6. I mean, it was really low. I only played it for maybe a day and a half before I stopped. What are those? Like an anchor? Probably need that for a quest, but just kind of remember what it looks like so we know where to come and get it. Sword and shield. Very, very large sword and shield. And this guy, unlike the last one, you're actually supposed to kill. You're supposed to destroy that cart. Let's see, actually. My hand would come back. There we go. Just use this. I'm not sure why I'm running back. Like level 20 or somewhere around there. How you liking it, man? Are you kind of digging it, or what's the verdict on it? And it's blue, so we missed it. I don't know if it's going to heat back up. We missed it. It takes a little bit longer. Nothing? Alright, so the potion was already ruined and it just rebooted. I guess maybe you can't leave the room once you start that one. Let me look. Does my ingredients come back? No, the ingredients do not come back. Alright, so we can put these away. And these. Sunfish. I need to use some of those here in a second. Oh, really? That's the page that I'm going to do it on. And it wants to play funky with me. Alright, let's do this. We'll log out, we'll log back in. And my spellbook should be back up to date. I tried to get Richard to... he wasn't interested or what? I mean, you know, it's another MMO, so, you know, sometimes it's a bit much for somebody to be playing more than one. I mean, they're pretty intensive on time. So I can kind of see it, but... it's fun. I think he should give it a shot, at least try it out and see if he likes it. Okay, so we need to do 2 apples. Reflute times... no, 1 apple, 2 reflutes, while blue. 1 apple and then a reflute. While blue, then sunfish, queen ear, white, green. catfish, while yellow, 2 catfish. Is this catfish? I don't know what is catfish. This is probably catfish. Because it has a little hair sticking out of it, that's why it tells me it's catfish. And then finish by dipping the bottle in with blue. Oh, come on! I thought I did that right. I can't seem to get this thing to work. It's yeah, so those are the catfish. Let me look at that again. What did I do wrong here? It says a Kingsport apple. I threw that in. 2 reed flutes. Wild blue. I did that. Then sunfish, queen's ear, wild green. So it says sunfish twice, which makes me assume that they're actually wanting 2 sunfish and a queen's ear, wild green. I did that, followed by the catfish, wild yellow, 2 of them, and then finished by dipping the bottle in. So I did everything the way it was supposed to be done, and it still didn't work. Unless maybe sunfish is a misspelling, and you only need 1 sunfish and 1 queen's ear while it's green. This one, on the other hand, I have no freaking idea, and it requires so much. 3 ears, which are not easy to get, at least not for me. 3 fish of sun is easy. Oh, and then the reeds are kind of easy, so it's just the ears that take forever to get. I know of a spot where we can go harvest some. I think we'll do that while we wait. Maybe see if there's another dungeon available. Because we still need 2 more for Silicus's beastery. And, yeah, we're not going to get that anytime soon if we don't do those dungeons. So, let's take a look around. Let's see. For dungeons in the desert. So there is no group over there for dungeons at the moment.
Yes, you. No mic?
Hey, Tie Sticks. Night's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good. We had a few setbacks when it comes to potions. Clearly not my strong suit. I think I need a little bit more information on how to make those potions. I may ask somebody if we find somebody cool that we get to know.
What do you need to make potions?
Player's
I don't know what
house,
to do.
airdrop, King's Dad.
You just put the stuff in the chest with the
Alright, so they're doing the same thing. They're making potions.
What up, little bitch?
This is the way we're going. Yeah, I mean, if you offer to give him a guest pass, you would think he would at least give it a shot. But there are people out there, for whatever reason, I'm not sure in my opinion, but there are people out there that don't like JRPGs. They're a little different than the Americanized RPGs that people are kind of familiar with. I grew up playing Final Fantasy games. I grew up playing those type of RPGs, and I like theirs better than ours, to be honest. The storyline's always more rich, characters are always more decked out and fleshed out, and there's more going on to them than, yeah, I hate to say like shallow storylines. It always seems like it's, oh, he's in love with her, she's in love with somebody else, something like that, right? Whereas with the Japanese versions, man, they go deep, you know, like, oh, he lost his father, and then he watched his mother, you know, die right in front of him because he wasn't strong enough to stop the bandits. And then on top of that, he also finds out later on that he has a long-lost sister who ends up being his enemy, but he has a cousin who's helping him out. Like, it's just like, it's almost like Days of Our Lives. You're just waiting for somebody to come out and be like, oh, by the way, he has brain cancer, you know, or something silly like that. But they do it in such a way that it makes it believable and makes it very enjoyable. too. There's a studio that I watch, or a movie studio, that makes these really great anime movies. It's called Studio Ghibli. If you guys have not heard of that and you like anime, like don't even bother finishing
it's
watching
going
this.
straight
Just
through.
stop right now.
Oh shit.
Go look them
Oh.
up.
I cannot do this sitting down.
There we go. All right, so it's a big game though. Yeah. Studio Ghibli is absolutely amazing. Grave of the Firefly was the only one out of their entire collection, and they have like 15 movies, which may not sound like a lot, but they're amazing movies. So to have 15 absolutely A-ranked movies, pretty impressive. The only one I didn't like was Grave of the Fireflies, and that's just because it was so depressing that if you even want to live, I would suggest not watching that one, because you're probably going to commit suicide afterwards. It is that depressing. It's like Schindler's List or something. It's just it's about not the Holocaust. It's about the nuclear bomb that gets dropped on Japan during World War II, and they follow the story of these two kids. And I won't go any further than that because you're probably just not gonna enjoy it. Some of their best movies are like Kiki's Delivery Service, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited It Away. I mean, Podorosko, Princess Monaco. I mean, I can go on and on. Pretty much everything in their collection I'm going to love and enjoy. And I think I heard that they're producing another one, or they did produce one either last year or it's going to be this year. So, yeah, if you guys are into those, check them out. Alright, so this is the spot. I found all those harvestables of Queen's Ear. So we're gonna see if we can find some more up here. With any luck. Come on, somebody already getting stone, alright. Last season anime was good, and I heard this season is supposed to be good too. Last season of what anime is that you're talking about? Not the resources I'm looking for. Yeah, there's a lot of really good anime series out there. We go. We got one over there. Like Seven Deadly Sins is another good one if you guys are into television shows. I watched one on Netflix called Silver Spoon, and that one is about a kid going and learning about farming. I know it doesn't sound like a mind-bending story, but actually very well done. Again, storyline is key. Character interaction is, you know, just on par with some of the best anime out there. And if you want to watch, there's this one place that I found. I don't get paid from any of these people, but there's one place that I found called Funimation. It's a website, and they play commercials on it, just kind of like YouTube. They play a lot more commercials than YouTube does. I think it's like every 7 minutes there's another commercial. And the one thing I hate about their commercials is there's no smart volume. So their commercials are so much louder than the actual show. So if you're watching something and then this huge commercial comes on that's just blaring like nobody's business and you lose your eardrums. So just be a little bit mindful of that. But other than that, the site is really good. And it shows anime on there for completely free. You can watch. You can subscribe and you don't have to watch any commercials, supposedly anyways. But yeah, you could do that. And they transfer or translate the Japanese anime into English. So kind of cool, because I mean, I don't mind subtitles, but I know some people do. One thing though about the anime is I kind of like having them in the background to listen to when I'm doing things that especially if I've already seen it. If I've already seen that anime, like Sword Art Online, I'll let that one play in the background a lot of times and just listen to it while I'm doing something else. If it's in Japanese, you know, I don't I don't fluently speak Japanese. I mean, I would love to be able to say that I do. You know, I like their towns and their cities, and I'd love to be able to like visit and, you know, talk to their people. But until I do, I kind of need it to be translated for me. What is this? There's a book out here? What kind of book is it? There we go. The statue has been raised to commemorate Lupel of the Mulburath tribe, who stood beside the hero Huliath in the what? It's like, it's not like the page is missing, it's like it's been cut off right there on the side. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's missing. It's text. Kind of makes me wonder if all these statues have books underneath them. I use a Crunchyroll. Talking about all anime that's supposed to be coming out this year. Oh no! Yeah, I'm not gonna survive that. Alright, crap, all the way back here. Alright, let's go get my body back. Yeah, I've never heard of Crunchyroll, but I'll definitely check them out. Is it pretty much the exact same thing? They play commercials and they translate Japanese into English, or is it just anime in its natural form with no commercials being shared? Because, you know, for a while there, it seemed like Netflix would be the one to rule them all, but last I heard, Disney had bought Fox, and they had talked about how they were going to come out with their own version of a Netflix. Now they have all the Fox and the movies that company produced, including Disney, or, you know, Simpsons and things of that sort. So it looks like they're going to be a competitor. I mean, Disney could be a competitor on its own right, but with another studio's library, especially when they can deny Netflix from having any of those movies, you know, putting it solely on their own. It definitely gives them a leg up on certain things. They're AEE. Not sure what that means. Our commercials, but it's mostly subbed. Oh, okay. So not translated over like Funimation. I can't type. Oh, no worries, dude. If you guys get close enough, I can kind of figure out what you guys are talking about. You know. Spell check. Who needs that? What is that over there? Oh, it's a tree. I thought maybe there was like a cactus over here. I was like, man, this place is full of different harvestable resources. First night I came up here, I kid you not, guys, like 10 of those ears. That dude must be just snagging every single one of them. Oh, you're on your phone. How does the image look on a phone? Like, it's probably pretty small. Can you guys see very well? I mean, there's not a lot to look at, so. Right now, we're just over here with the trees and a few statues. Giant wizard statue right over there. All right, looks good. That's the right direction. All right. No, another attack, huh? One-shot it. These things are way too tough for me. I don't think I need to go back to that body. I think we need to stay as far away from that body as possible. Let's come over here and get healed up real quick. When you're dealing with mobs that can one-shot you. It's not wise to push your limits. It's dark, like very dark. It is nighttime in the game. Let me see. Is there a gamma setting? No, there's no gamma setting in the game. Not something I could really change on OBS either. OBS, the original one, had it where you could change the gamma for every single video game that you were playing. So each video game could have a different gamma setting. When they came out with the OBS Studios, they made a lot of upgrades. I'm liking OBS Studios for different reasons, but they got rid of the gamma setting, which makes no sense to me. That seems like something you would want to have. I mean, if you're recording video games, some of them are dark, some of them are bright. I played one called Bloody Boobs. Kid you not, guys. That is the actual name of the video game. And if you're thinking the name is cheesy, I would say play the game, but don't buy it. Don't buy the game. Don't play it. It's horrible. It's the standard I use now to judge bad games. It was broken in so many ways. It was just, yeah. I did not like that game. I got that game for free, and I still wouldn't suggest anybody to play that one. It's just bad. Really, really bad. But super dark beyond being, just how bad it is. If I haven't gotten across just how bad that game is, keep listening because I'll say it again and again. But yeah, it was super dark. You couldn't see anything, and I couldn't change it. Like, they even made a joke in there about how dark it is, and they're like, "Oh man, don't you think you should put like a gamma setting in the game?" As one of the voice actors said, but they didn't. So like, why? Like, OBS, give me an ability to change that. Like, let me augment the fact that some game companies give you amazing menus and some game companies don't. Some game companies give you the option to turn down the sound with one bar, and some game companies give you the option to turn down the sound with 4 or 5 different bars, so that you can have voice options, you can have FX volume, you can have, if they know one thing is louder than the other ones, like rain, they actually label it that way and just be like weather, you turn down all by itself. This one, it's still in development, so they haven't done that, and some people have complained that the rain is really, really loud. And so they have to turn down all the FX volume, even if they want to hear like the music and things going on. They can't, because it's just one or the other. You can have all of it or you can have none of it. So yeah, it'd be nice to see another bar added to it. Doesn't really bother me. I think the sound in here is pretty well balanced for my purposes. But, depending on what system you have and what makeup you have, that may not be true for you. So I don't want to go anywhere near those guys, but I'm not seeing any loot up here to harvest. These guys, on the other hand, are all green. Like, I can take these guys on fairly easily. Yeah. And while we're waiting, let's take a look at finding groups. Let's make. There we go. Tank, healer, DPS. Also, Predict gets me on my phone all the time. Yeah, I tried turning that off on my phone and it doesn't work. It just turns itself right back on. Well, that doesn't come up for me at all on Twitch for me. Yeah, no autocorrect or spell check on my phone if I can help it. But it seems like the phone has other ideas. It's a living entity of its own, and it tells me what to do. The original phone I bought a long time ago, it died within like a month of getting it. It actually was a defect on the phone where it overheated, and it was interesting, man. It was one of the coldest days here in Texas that the phone started doing what it was doing. It got so hot, I actually put it up on my dashboard, rolled down the window, and you could see like steam coming off of it. I kid you not. I thought it was going to burst into flames like those stories you read online about the lithium cells and e-cigs and, you know, like Dell computers just exploding onto people's laps. I was like, oh man, this is going to be really gnarly in a second, but I can't like toss it out the window. You know, it's a really expensive phone. So I put it up there and, you know, I turned it off and it still was overheating like a son of a gun. And the next day after it had, I guess, completely melted itself internally, I tried turning it on and, you know, nothing would happen. So I took it in and they're like, oh, well, you know, you bought the phone from us, you know, but the phone was manufactured by Motorola, so it's not our problem. And I'm like, what do you mean? I bought a 2-year contract from you guys. I bought the phone from you guys, and yet not your issue? Like, you're the middleman. I thought I'd come to you because it makes my life easier not to have to deal with the manufacturer and go through all of that. But no, they were completely fine with saying, not my problem, go talk to the manufacturer. So I did that, and they sent me a new phone. And the new phone was, I guess, a refurbished one, and it came with a ringtone on it. I know, a long story to get to the point, but it came with a ringtone on it that, I kid you not, I have changed like 60 times, and it goes right back to the setting every single time. I've even given the phone to professionals, taken them into the cell phone shops, and they've done the exact same thing. There is a bug with that phone, and that is why it was probably sent in the first place. They didn't fix it, or at least maybe they thought they did, but they just sent it right back out to me, and I've been stuck with it. It was a Note 7. No, it was, it's a Motorola X or Z or initial of some kind like that. I think it's an X. It's the very first Motorola I've ever owned, and the very last one I will ever own. Dealing with the customer service was an absolute nightmare. I did a video on it. It was one of the first videos I did for YouTube where I talked about my my phone call on there. Unfortunately, I didn't record it. I didn't have that technology, mainly for the fact that I didn't have a phone that worked. You know, like, you have to call to get them to fix your phone that is broken. It's like a catch-22. Same thing for internet. Like, when you have Comcast and you have your phone and your internet on one, don't do it, guys. It is horrible, because if your internet goes out, how exactly do you call? Like, they just assume you have a cell phone, I guess, and most people probably do, but it's kind of a broken system. I had a Note 8 and lost it in an accident. It worked every other app. It's fine. Does it for me. Just got a new phone. Haven't turned that thing off. I mean, you know, I don't want to, you know, pry into your personal life, but how'd you lose a tablet in an accident? My brother got a seamless phone, you know, the ones with the curved screens that goes around the edges. I think I see a Queen's ear over there. And day one, his wife broke it, shattered the screen, and they wouldn't take it back. They wouldn't do any warranty on it or anything like that. So he was left to use that phone for like 2 years with a shattered screen. He asked him how much it would cost to fix it, and it was going to be like $400. He was like, I could just buy a brand new phone for the same price. They're so expensive. I don't know when they raised up to that level, man. Like, you can buy a laptop for a lot cheaper than you can some phones, and the laptop does more. I don't understand why some objects are like that, where they're just so high priced. I understand they're smaller and they do almost as much sometimes, but that dude is just harvesting everything. I haven't seen nothing up here. It's the worst possible time to come up here is when somebody else is harvesting. I don't want to go over there. It'll cost 200 to get a replacement. I guess it depends on who you're with. Here we go. There's another ear. No, he's going for it. Dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is probably boring. It was in my jacket pocket and it just flew out. Yeah, I know this is probably boring, but I gotta be able to get those Queen's Ear if I want to be able to do that potion and finish off this quest.
I know it just makes it so fucking well. I love it.
Don't know where it went. Somebody does. Somebody got a new phone out of that. My brother's kid, she left her phone at the school by accident, you know, coming off of like a practice or something like that. And she didn't want to say anything, you know, because it was just like, oh, you know, she lost her phone. She knew she was getting in trouble for it. So she didn't say anything for a couple of days. Eventually they had to say something. So she told her parents and, you know, they got upset just like they, you know, you kind of knew they would. And it turned out that they went back and looked at the security cameras, you know, because the schools, they record everything. And it was the janitor had taken it and didn't say anything. So don't know where it is. So you never know where those things are going to end up. The janitor's pocket, some random passerby, or can't believe I haven't gotten any. I didn't do my. I didn't do my listing. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. This is not working out too well. It's the best spot I know to farm those. It looks like there's 2 or 3 people running around, so... Let me check my listing one more time and see if it went in there. There we go, finally. Well, what about you guys? Where are you at? What are you doing tonight, man? Are you guys enjoying your weekend? Are you staying warm? That's the question. It's supposed to... Well, I say supposed to. There is a small chance. Anytime they talk about snow here in Houston, they always are extremely careful with how they phrase it. So they're just like, there's a possibility, very small. They always say it very small, but there's a possibility that we'll get snow. This is the 3rd time this year that they have talked about getting snow here. They even mentioned the last time that has happened was 50 years ago. So it's been 50 years since the last time they've even mentioned that we might get snow 3 times in 1 year. We actually only got snow once, but the second time was a real possibility. It got cold enough. There was supposed to be a storm coming in. It turned at the last second and it missed us. So that didn't happen. It fit really well in my hand, and the phone isn't that big. All good, but still interesting. Do what you have to do. I just got home watching football and hanging out with buds. It's about 8 degrees here. Oh my god, dude. 8 degrees? That is some cold weather.
One over here.
Fuck is that?
I don't know if I could do that, man. I used to think I would enjoy living in a place that was cold rather than living someplace hot. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but the heat or the cold does not agree with my bones nearly as much as I used to think it did. So yeah, I don't really still enjoy the heat, but I definitely am not quite digging the cold weather either. Maybe a nice middle ground. I'd love to live in a place that actually had 4 seasons. We have 2. We have hot, and then we have super hot. And occasionally we'll get a little bit of cold weather. And then, like I said, it's been 50 years since we've had this kind of weather. But yeah, maybe a little bit of snow coming up. Is there something here? Oh, look at that. There's multiple entrances to this cave. Or is it just so glitchy you can walk around wherever? What about over here? Huh. Not really supposed to be able to walk through this wall, I'm guessing. It just ported me out. It was like, I don't know what you're doing to our zone, but you're a naughty boy. Get out of here. Michigan has 4 distinct seasons. I love it. It's 21 here. Wow. All right, 4 distinct seasons. I would very much enjoy that. Fall is something I've never really got to see. Hydros Inc. is a really good friend of ours. He used to talk about his that he gets over there every year. People actually travel like long distances to see the leaves fall in his area. So has to be pretty beautiful to make people drive all the way out there.
Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.